my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Mark from Suddenly Comics. And this show actually used to be called The Price Variance at one time, by the way. We haven't really said that very much, but this is the Price Variance show where we look at the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. I think this is a fun list, actually. It's another, I try to find some more interesting things again. I like finding obscure stuff that's cool. There's some really cool books like that are on this list that actually I would have liked to have owned. Like I own them, but as raw. But these were quite nice copies, so it's quite excited about them. So yeah, it should be a fun list. Let's see what the first book is, Mark.
It's not that one, but I have to go there. And
I think there's a
yeah,
lot of DC on this list, actually.
there is a fair amount of DC. Yeah.
Yeah, but this first one I really like. Actually, I don't own this one. I
Ah,
don't
no,
think I have it.
I acquired this in auction a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic.
Oh, really?
It's is it Bill Sienkiewicz? And it's a Salvador Dali
Yeah, Salvador Dali kind of
copy. Yeah,
copy. Yeah.
really nice. I mean, it is Sienkiewicz, isn't it? I'm not imagining things.
Is it Sankovitz or is it Stranko?
Oh, it's Steranko. Yeah, sorry, it's Steranko, not Sienkiewicz. Steranko, and he does all these the covers on the first sort of 10, 15 issues
Are
of.
really just all over the place and
Yeah,
cool.
they're amazing. They're real sort of 60s psychedelics and
Yeah.
Salvador Dali copy, they're fantastic. And I only picked them up the other. I didn't have them previously. I just I picked up a bunch of them in auction,
Yeah,
raw,
this one's really cool.
but they're really nice.
Yeah. I mean, very underrated in a way. I think these are just so cool. Um, so I mean a 9.4 of this too, which is a really nice copy.
Very nice
Um,
copy and a ridiculously low price. I think these are undervalued.
yeah.
What did this go for?
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
$192 for 9.4, and it's a cracking.
yeah. It's such a cool comic. I don't think it's the key in any particular way
No,
except for the
no,
fact that it is this cool cover.
I think the cover makes it special.
Yeah.
How many covers have we got on Marvel Comics where somebody's doing a Salvador Dali homage?
Yeah, not many. Not many at all. This one's pretty cool. So how does this compare? Like I don't really know value wise how much this book normally goes
I
for.
don't think they're that pricey, though. This is probably a reasonable price. Yeah, there we go. It is a reasonable price. There's a COVID, there's a COVID blip.
Well, actually, no, it looks like it was way up before that even. Look, go back
21,
to
20. That's the start of COVID's here, isn't it?
but what's that bump before the start of COVID?
Where's that? This one,
No, the one after that. Yeah, that one right there.
Feb 19. Yeah, that's before COVID.
And how much is that?
250.
250. So this was I think this is like somebody got a steal.
Well, these will be
Actually.
these will be film things, won't they? These will be Nick Fury appearing in
Oh,
some.
that's true. Because Nick Fury, I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, all the Avengers stuff, wasn't he? So
Yeah. I mean, I think once they picked Samuel Jackson, they're like, oh, gotta use him. Gotta
we've got
use
to use
him.
him as much as we can. But he's pretty much
Gonna suck
played
any
out
juice
now,
out of
isn't he?
him.
He's pretty much played out. I don't think we're going to see him much more as Nick
I
Fury.
wish that they really. I think they did him dirty in the Alien Invasion.
Yeah,
They
Secret
kind of
Invasion.
made him look old and kind of like duddly, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was just it was such a shame because I really like Samuel Jackson. He's a cool guy.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah. But just look at these other Steranko covers.
I
Issues.
know they're so cool. That one is number one, which is really cool. I have number one. I
I mean,
have
it
the
shouts 60s at you, doesn't it?
yeah. I mean all the wavy lines and stuff.
The
It's
other
really
one I
cool.
absolutely love is this one.
That is that one. Yeah, I think that's the most popular of them. I just recently bought an homage to that cover. So cool.
Such great covers on these first issue.
So when are these from? Is it early 70s?
1968. 68.
68. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and the other sort of weird and wacky one is this one. I don't like it as much as the others, but it's still weird and wacky.
Oh, it is really interesting. I wasn't familiar with that one with the spiral and
Yeah. Yeah, and this sort of Punisher type look down here with the skull. It's interesting.
yeah, it reminds me of the psychedelic posters of the late 60s, early
Yeah,
70s.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's cool when an artist just says, "Hey, I'm going to do cool things. I'm just going to experiment."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, so wait a minute, I've gone out of order now. Oh, wait a minute, we're not completely out of order. There we are, we're back again. Okay,
Okay.
so
So
yeah.
how many on the census?
How many on the census? There are 640 on the census.
Which you would expect because it's just not one you would grade unless you have it in
No.
high grade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the one I've got is about six. It's a fine plus.
Mhm.
So yeah, nice. And it's back down. The sort of absence of him in the movies at the moment, and the poor viewing figures and reception of Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
And I don't think we'll see Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury again. We'll have to wait for him to be reinvented with a new actor, which could take 10 years. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually that's one thing Marvel should do is in a way like I actually like some of the like I like some of the ones that they have like I liked Captain America guy and a few of the other characters, but I feel like they should almost get a new crop of actors, a younger crop of
yeah,
actors that just can relight the torch for Marvel. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's almost like they need something to refresh it.
yeah. Well, they've done it with Spider-Man a number of times, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah, and it's and every time actually it's worked.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
um
I mean, the only one that they've got at the moment that I think is good for another 10, 15 years is Doctor Strange with Benedict Cumberbatch.
yeah, and because at least with that character, it's an older character anyways,
Yeah,
so you can kind of kind of get away with it. Um, I feel like Iron Man. I know that everybody loves Robert Downey Jr., but it's yeah, there's only so much. I think he's getting kind of a bit long in the tooth for this kind of stuff.
yeah. Well, yeah, but he's going to be Doom anyway,
He's
so
going to be Doom. Doom, I think, will work because you don't notice,
no.
right?
Well, he has a mask on a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Although
yeah, yeah.
some of the clips I've seen, he's not got a mask on. Right, I've accidentally moved on to your next one, Alan.
Okay, my next one's pretty cool.
Right.
I just saw this and I was like, really nice, Good Girl cover, Good Girl slash Magic cover. I love Magic covers and I like Good Girl covers.
And there's a woman in a red dress with
And a
stock.
woman in a red dress with stockings.
This is right. Is
There's like so many elements to this I
I'm
like.
surprised you haven't got this one actually, Alan.
I do not have this one. So
No.
these Jerry Lewis ones, there was Jerry Lewis, there was Bob Hope, there was a bunch of them, that were kind of like this, that of these sort of comedic people,
Yeah. Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy,
Yeah.
Abbott and
Everton
Costello,
Costello. Yeah.
um, and they all had comic books, which is really interesting. And this is part of the DC collection, I guess.
It
Some
says here Richard Anderson DC collection.
Yeah, so last time we were talking about Christine Farrell,
Yeah.
but this is another person that managed to get the whole DC
Oh,
collection as well,
goodness,
but not as high grade.
oh, right. Okay.
But this is a cool book. Like, I really like this one.
Well, this went for $336 and a
Yeah,
seven. So it's
yeah,
more than
that
the.
seems like a pretty good price. Like I mean, high price
Yeah, it
actually.
sounds high to me.
Yeah,
Oh, well, it's never sold before, so there you go.
well, it's a record. It's a massive record. this book is just shooting up. Everybody should put it
There
on their
are
radars.
there are how many on the census, Alan? 7 on the census.
Okay. Do we have any sales to compare this to?
I doubt it. Wait a minute. A 9.0. A 9.0 sold for 650.
Okay. So this is
Also,
actually quite.
yeah, 650. So 7.0 selling for 400. Probably a
Now you expect two doublings between those two prices.
yeah. So that
So
7.0.
this is quite high, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So the 7.0 price is quite high.
Yeah. So very nice.
Yeah,
I mean, so people are appreciating good girl art. That's what this
I
shows.
think they've always
This
appreciated.
is definitely a book I'd love to pick up, actually.
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's one of definitely right in your
Yeah.
alley.
When is this from?
This is from, let's go back just a minute, 1956.
Oh wow. So like most people don't realize, but 56 to 58, that era, like those a few years, really hard, like not many books survived from that era, and they really low print runs.
Yeah, because all
It's sort of like the early 2000s. Early
yeah,
2000s is the
yeah,
same way, really low print runs because the comic market kind of died for a little while.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is big premiere issue, Alan.
I love these big premiere issues. It doesn't have the cool little thingy on it though,
It doesn't have the star thing or the circle thing on
but
it.
it does have the big premiere issue.
It
It
does.
does say big premiere issue, which
Yeah,
if you're a collector, that means that you have to collect this one.
this means you have to buy it.
But this is when it goes from Tales to Astonish to The Incredible Hulk. It changes the title in this issue.
It does.
So that's why it's 102, even though
Yeah,
it's
why didn't
really
they
the
do it
first
at
issue.
100?
What?
Why didn't they do it at 100? Why pick issue 102 to do it?
I don't know. I don't know. They were still debating about it. I don't know.
And this is a
Um,
Marie Severin cover.
yeah, Mary Severin. Very cool cover though.
It is
I
cool.
love these transformational ones.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
it's actually, it looks like a transformation where it's Hulk turning into Bruce Banner.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it's a reverse transformation. Usually you're turning into the monster on the
Yeah.
cover,
Yeah.
but this one it's the other way around.
It's Jekyll to Hyde instead of Hyde to Jekyll.
Yeah. I just always love this cover. It's a good one. Mary Severin's another underrated artist.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. So this sold for, this sounds cheap. 380,
This is cheap. I can tell you right now.
384 for an 8.5.
I think I paid 200 and mine's restored in lower grade.
Oh, it's right down here. Look. Yeah, that is low. Although it does appear to have settled at this sort of price.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I kind of held off on buying this and buy this kind of cover copy. I mean, it's just such a nice copy.
This looks. I think now's the time to buy this. I can't.
Yeah, what was the peak on this?
The peak,
Like peak key.
or something ridiculous. Hang on,
Like 500 or something?
$1,000. So
$1,000. Wow.
yeah, so this
So this is down like 70% almost.
yeah, nearly 60 to 70%. Yeah,
Yeah.
now's the time
Wow.
to buy this. I can't see this dropping below 300. So and it seems to have stabilized around here. Surely it's going to come back again.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic cover. It's if you're a Hulk fan, this is kind of like the one of the big keys. This is almost like Hulk
this is a
1.
reasonable entry point, isn't it, for a major kit?
Yeah.
If you want to go and buy Incredible Hulk one, you're into tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Whereas, you can get this sort of big premiere issue Hulk 102 in a nice grade, an 8.5 for under $500. I think this is
Yeah, very reasonable.
a good buy at the moment.
And it's a cool cover. It's
Cover. Yeah, it's a great cover. Yeah.
so, and how many on the census?
And it's not that huge, I don't think. Oh, it is huge. It's 5,000. I was wrong.
Well, that's more typical to Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel censuses are usually around that.
Yeah.
But this is one you would get graded. Like if you have it, generally people would get it graded because
Oh, definitely.
it
Yeah.
is a premier issue and therefore collectible.
Yeah. 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 Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. Cool book.
Right. Fourth on the list. Oh, this is a nice one as well. Got Magicians,
So
Alan. We got, is this the Magician Week?
yeah, so this one is on the list because you don't see this book very often at auction.
No.
It's a go-go check cover. This
Yeah.
is actually what I consider her first real cover appearance.
Whoa, very
Um,
contentious. Very
yeah, there's
contentious.
actually an earlier one where it's just her floating head.
Yeah, so the floating head cover. Um,
This is a better, like this is more like her, like that would be a cameo. The previous one is a cameo
he's
first
actually
cover
doing
appearance.
something on the cover here rather than just in a.
Yeah, this one's so cool. It's just such a cool cover. I think it's also her origin retold or something like that. Check what the notes say. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. I just
First appearance, first Silver Age appearance of Zatara
okay.
and Zatanna, an elongated man appearance. It doesn't say anything about origin retold.
Yeah, so I think her story arc is that her original story arc is that she's looking for her father.
That's right. Her father goes missing, and she goes
Yeah,
around. So that's why she appears in lots of different comics. She goes
yeah,
around different superheroes, getting them to help her. So she's in first one is Hawkman, isn't it?
yes.
And then where's the second one? I can't remember the second. Anyway,
But
um,
this is part of that arc
yeah,
where she's like
yeah.
looking for her father. I mean, her first story is kind of interesting. She's like split into two, and she's like two beings, and you know, they have to rejoin her together. it's
I collect JLA. I'm not sure. I don't think I've got this one. I need to get this one. I've got.
it's such a cool. I always love the cover. It's a really cool cover, and it's I consider it her first cover appearance, like her full cover appearance, I guess.
Oh, so when Alan rewrites history, this will be Zatanna's.
I rewrite history. I seem to do that a lot, actually. Um, but
So
yeah, this
nice anyway, and it's a 9.6 and it's $456.
yeah.
I don't think this is an expensive book.
It's
So,
not that expensive, but it is, I mean, I think I paid like $100 for my copy, but mine's like a lower grade.
so it's down. Um, that's COVID. Oh, okay. So the oh no, well, sorry, that's
There,
2017. So it's down from 2017. So in
what
COVID,
was the what was the peak in 2017?
peak was 776.
Okay, so it's down about
It's
30%.
down since 2016. I don't understand that.
I think now if people in the comments can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I remember that there was a Justice League Dark um movie that came out, like an animated movie around
Oh,
that time.
all right. Yeah,
And
makes sense.
also there was more spec or like later on, probably just not many sales later on of this one. So that's why it's down even. Where there was they were talking about doing a live action of the Justice League Dark.
Yeah, I haven't got this. I'm going to go away after this show and look for
Oh
this.
yeah, I mean if it's going down, this is a good time to pick it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I'll look for a nice high grade raw.
It's a beautiful cover. Like I mean, look
Yeah,
at
no,
like
it's a
the
great cover.
flyer and
I think
yeah.
I've got sort of 80 out of I've got a lot of Justice League America 1 to 100. Uh,
Hmm.
I've got this one.
And look at the price. I mean, look at the census. I mean, 200 and
Yeah,
something.
215. Yeah,
Yeah.
low.
Like people maybe never heard this before, but DC is really undervalued. I don't think people have
They've
heard that
never heard
before,
it
but
before, Alan. They've never listened.
never heard that. This is like a fresh take. Never been said before. Um, but yeah, DC is very underrated.
Right. Okay. Three. Right. One more to go, Alan. And
Okay.
it's another DC, a cracker.
Another DC, and it's another
I've got
Silver
two
Age
copies of
first.
this. This is fantastic. What a great cover
When
that.
I saw this, I was like, oh, well, I gotta have this on the list. It's such a cool book.
Yeah, it is a cool book. This is Showcase 55. It's the
Hmm.
first solo Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Golden Age Green Lantern in the Silver Age. It's the first
Yes.
Silver Age appearance of Solomon Grundy, and it's
Yeah.
the origin of Hourman and Doctor Fate.
Yeah.
Murphy Anderson cover and art. What a cracker.
And it is so cool. I mean, it's, something I always really like the character Solomon Grundy. I just think I like the whole zombie element to him, and like, Frankenstein element to him almost. He's just a cool character. And this one is such a interesting cover. Like, it's that weird purple, that deep, deep purple.
Yeah.
And you got like, I don't know what's going on with
Dr.
Dr.
Fate
Fate.
appears to be turned in.
He's like stiff as a board, and he's gonna
Yeah.
get thrown at Hourman. It's just really cool.
Yeah, very nice. I do like this one. Right, so it's a nice high grade, isn't it? 8.5 for 528. Oh, it's flatlined.
And it had a major spike.
Had a major spike.
What was the major spike? I always loved
COVID
hearing
spike. It's a COVID spike, Feb 21. $2,000. Somebody paid $2,000 for this, Alan.
Yeah, you know why? It was just right before the Shazam 2 movie. Black Adam. I should say Black Adam movie. Sorry, Black Adam movie.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so wow. this is way down.
This is a good time to buy this because this is lower than pre-COVID now.
Yeah.
It's sort of back to yeah, it's back here. Yeah, it's back to 2017 prices.
Yeah,
So,
really crazy.
yeah.
I think right now there is that
I mean,
little
it's
bit of
steady. It's not declining
overcorrection.
any further. It's sort of sitting around this 520 to 50 level.
Yeah, but I think there's still a bit of overcorrection in the market where the market's a bit, a bit sluggish,
Yeah.
and low. Good time to be a buyer. Really is. I think people should really take advantage of these low prices, because what I always say is, like, if you look at these historical things and you see like those big spikes, that means that, people are willing at some point to pay those kind of prices for this book.
Yeah.
So the chances are, if there's like multiple spikes like that, there's chances are that people will someday in the future be willing to pay those crazy prices again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It was only a couple of years ago somebody paid over $1,000 for this.
yeah, and you said up to 2,000 at one point, which is
2,000.
crazy. That's 4 times. I mean, that's down 75%.
Yeah.
Just a really cool book. And you didn't show, but what was the census on it?
Census, it won't be that high.
Yeah, it's probably really low.
82.
82 on the census.
Yeah, 822.
Oh, 822. I was thinking, oh my goodness, 82 then. What's going on? Okay, so yeah, so that's fairly low.
Yeah.
And this is a book you would get graded. If even low grade, I think it's worthy of getting graded.
Yeah, take out my copy. I haven't even put it on here. I've got 2 copies of this.
I have my copy's raw, actually.
Yeah, my 2 copies are both raw. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So that was a good list. So the next 5 are pretty awesome too. So I hope that people go over to Mark's channel and checks those out, because they're worthy of checking out. Yeah, really. Yeah, I'm so much shocked by some of these, how they didn't perform as well. We did get a couple records though. That's all that matters. We got a couple records, fakey records, but
So
we got records.
Unfortunate, Alan. The records are on things like the
Jerry Lewis
and Jerry Lewis when we get records.
Yeah.
No, we did have a good couple of records last week on Decent Comics. So yeah.
Okay, so go over to Mark's channel. The link is in the description. And check them out. Bye, guys.
Cheers, on.